Welcome back, everybody, to the Nevin Shapiro Show. All right. We're here to talk Canes football. It's a big day. We've been waiting 23 years for this. A long time coming. It's just so crazy, and I've said it before, how we started this show this past year, and now we're in the championship. It's kind of like, all the stars are aligning. The curse of the Bambino might be getting lifted tonight.
The Bambino sitting next to me?
That's right. Our first interview we ever did, I asked him about that.
That's Mr. Bambino to you.
It's crazy,
Well,
man.
can you introduce our guest here today?
Yes, we are going to I'm just giving it some time. Lazo wanted to give it a minute. Lazo, you want us to go now?
He's so nervous, man.
Yeah, I know. He is very nervous. You just feel the
Yeah.
tension.
You feel like, come on, man, relax, bro. It got still 2.5 hours, man.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into it. Obviously, to my right is our host, Nevin Shapiro. Mr. Nevin Shapiro coming back 23 years later for this game. Amazing. To his right is the owner of BMG and a crazy Florida State fan who is on our side today, which is kind of nice for a change.
Maybe I'm not. Maybe I changed my heart.
Oh,
maybe I
wait
have
a
a surprise
second.
for you guys.
Yeah, that's
today.
not
know yet.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Maybe I have
I'm
a
getting
change of
ahead
heart.
I'm getting ahead of myself
I think
here.
you may be getting ahead of yourself.
I think
Also
I am.
There might be a
known as
character coming out.
the big boss.
The hell happened? And to my left is Mr. B-Mac
Yes,
from the West Broward Bobcats. Appreciate you coming back on the show. Multiple offender on our show.
Yes, I love
So-
coming. When the legend calls, Nevin, he's like 100% in all the time. You know what I mean?
Yes.
He supported us so many times with you guys on the sideline, so it's
Yes.
very simple to say yes.
Appreciate that. So let's jump right into it, Andy. I know you got a lot of things to discuss.
I do. There's a lot of questions that I have for Nevin. There's a lot of things that I want to discuss in this game.
Mhm.
I didn't realize how good Indiana truly is when it comes to stats.
Mhm.
We'll get into that. But Nevin, how do you feel? I mean, it's been 23 years now, right? Since the 2002 Fiesta Bowl, what's the feeling? What's for you personally? I know what the UM fan base is feeling, right? They are hungry for this. I mean, everywhere you go, everybody's got their UM gear. I've been driving through my neighborhood. I see the hurricane warning flags out and about. I see the flags everywhere. People are pumped up for this game. But what does this game mean for you personally? Because you've gone through a lot with this program. There's been a lot of back and forth. People not on your side. People are starting to come around and get behind you. I just want to know how you're feeling today.
I feel great, Andy. Honestly, you know better than anybody, right? We've had a lot of dialogue since we've gotten to know one another. Listen, my love for this program is second to none. The situation I found myself in with this program is, I think there's a lot that can go, a lot of blame to go around for enough people, right? Me included. But man, I'm really in good spirits. I let a lot of stuff fall off my heart, my plate, and this and that. And I love this place, man. Like, I'm a Miami guy my whole life. I moved from New York. I was 6. I never left Miami Beach till I was involuntarily taken.
Right.
Right. I didn't even go by choice. But anyway, and I probably would have never left. But man, this is a big deal, man. This program really represents this city, man. I put out that statement the other day in our, during our podcast about this is a melting pot of ethnicities, and this is a jungle, man. But the one time when like everybody comes together, and it doesn't matter what color your skin is or whether you speak English or you don't or this and that, man. It's when the Canes are winning and when they're relevant and when they're
right.
And we're unified, man. You know what it is. You've grown up here your whole life. So for me personally, man, this is like the word I use, and it really truly feels this way, man. It's an exorcism.
Right.
For both me and the program. And the program, man.
Yeah.
Like all the bad spirits are gone, and I think we closed the deal, man. And we're back, and no one has to say, is the U back? Are they ever getting back? That time before was that time before. That was a very special time. College sports is different. The landscape's different. I think Mario honestly, truly has us on the right. We're where we need to be.
Right. So let me ask you this question. You've seen the progression of this program from the 70s into the 80s, 90s, 2000s.
Yeah.
So you've seen the evolution of Miami. Where would this season rank compared to all those seasons that you've been a part? Because you've been a part of a lot of special different seasons. Where would this rank? If they get this W tonight, where would this season rank? Especially facing all the adversity that they faced, right? Losing that SMU game. Everybody thought they were out of the playoffs, including myself. I was rough on Mario.
And me.
Yep. All of us here, right? And I think the whole nation thought that they were out, but you know what? They got in, and they've been the most dominant team outside of Indiana playoffs.
Yeah. So to answer your direct question on how do they match up against those other teams? I'm in a whole different era, Andy, and it's not even fair to try to compare because these are arms race built teams now with money, with what NIL is today. No knock on Miami or any other program. And and I see Miami in the game for every single player because why wouldn't they be? They got the resources. Certainly look at this. Look where we are. Who doesn't want to be here? Yeah, of course you need the coaching staff and you need the development of players and all that stuff. But I just think this Miami team should win. It stands in its own category in a new era. And that's really the truth of the matter. I don't think it's fair to compare against those all-time great Miami teams. If things were equal, you maybe make a comparison. But things aren't equal.
Right.
Things aren't equal. Carson Beck, paid quarterback, comes in for a lot of money as opposed to a guy, Ken Dorsey, who came in at 170 pounds. You know what I mean? Grown from the ground. No knock on Carson Beck. Just it is what it is.
Very fitting that he's number 11 as well, right?
Crazy.
Yeah. But that would be my answer. I think this is a great chance for Mario to plant his flag in the sand and say, this is my team, this is my program, and this is my era.
Right.
And he could surpass all these guys.
Yeah, you and I had a conversation at the beginning of the season when Miami got out to that 5-0 start. And I told you, I said, if Mario was to pull this off, Mario's going to stay here as long as he wants.
For life.
100%.
Yeah.
Lifetime appointment.
Correct.
No questions asked. Like him, don't like him, whatever it is, he will have earned it.
Right.
Honestly. He will have earned it.
Listen, we've been tough on Mario. I've had my opinions from a leadership standpoint, but you got to give him credit. He did it his way. He's got him here. And if he pulls this off, all you got to do is tip your hat off to the incredible job he's done. To face that adversity against SMU, where the world is coming on top of you, every pundit in the country, including ourselves, we win at Mario, and he didn't buy into the noise. He didn't let it get seep into the program, and to have them here today, playing for this national championship, you got to tip your hat off to him, man. It's a hell of a job.
And we do,
yeah,
right. We do on our show weekly. That's the one thing you cannot. Anyone who watches us, or even those who don't, the one thing you can never question is our authenticity with what comes out of both of our mouths, both Mike and myself, right? We say what we mean what we feel, and that's it, right? Mario had underachieved. At the conclusion of that SMU game, at that point, he had underachieved, in my opinion. Right? Saw a different guy he knows how I feel about it. I saw a different intensity where he really didn't give a shit what anyone had to say. They were pissed. They played pissed, and they played like they were taking someone's lunch money, and they needed to.
You saw the evolution of how his philosophy was, let's control the game and not lose it. And I think after that loss against SMU, he's like, I got the better talent. We're going to punch you in the mouth, and we're going to go win it. And it was very evident against Ole Miss. He did not get conservative in that game. He let Carson Beck win him that game.
To that point, yes. Even more so, he showed me so much against Ohio State.
Absolutely.
I knew, and I said it on our thing, it was a 50-50 proposition going into these playoffs because we made it. Anything can happen. But going on the road against a 100,000 packed stadium, SEC program, no easy task. How we got it done, ugly, pretty, it didn't matter. Getting out of there. And I told Mike, if we win this, 80% chance, I think our confidence is going to be sky high.
Sure.
And we took it to Ohio State. And I thought that game was even more impressive than the Mississippi game because you're talking about a different level of talent.
Mhm.
Ole Miss was really good. Give them their credit. But Ohio State's loaded.
Absolutely.
Loaded.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you, don't you think the SMU game was almost needed? Because it seemed like Mario,
It reset
what
it.
he did is he brought his team closer together and he closed the doors. Like what I mean is he shut everybody out and says, listen, this is going to be the University of Miami Hurricane, the way we want to play. He sat down with the OC and the DC and says, listen, hands off, baby. Now it's on. We messed up with the SMU loss. I take it. And then move forward. He doesn't need to come out on like broadcast and say, I take full responsibility or whatever. He knows it. So I think he rallied those troops because like seeing the players play after that game was a different University of Miami team.
Great observation, Coach BMAC. Great observation, man. Because really, you could see the tempo. The city was calling for this guy's ass.
Yes.
Like this seat was hot. And finally, you just saw a different mode. You saw a different mode. You really saw that mode change, in my opinion. You saw the play calling change significantly leading up to that Pittsburgh game. But when it really mattered and something was on the line, Ahmad Moten set the tone of that game with a sack on the first play against Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And you saw these dudes were pissed. And they came out pissed.
Angry every game.
And that's a reflection of your coach. And that's it. And you could see it, his intensity. He was, I'm telling you, I knew if we got in after that Pittsburgh game, hell on wheels, man.
BMAC, let me ask you this. This is kind of a special game for you, too. You got one of your guys in this game. He's been getting significant playing time in Josh Moore. How are you feeling?
Man, I feel incredible. I actually sent him a text this morning just telling him to go out there and represent himself and his program and his family, and he sent me back nothing but love, coach. And that's he's like my own son, Josh. And seeing him out there every game, block and catch a ball or whatever, when they say Josh Moore, it's like it feels a tingle in your heart. You know what I mean? Now I know why a lot of these coaches, when they're watching the TV, you kind of start not cheering for your own team, you're cheering for your players. And when Josh has been out there, man, it's been amazing to watch him, because, being at West Broward, no one ever had a University of Miami West Broward guy out there. So having Josh out there represent and play a lot as a freshman, people don't understand, like as a freshman going out there and understanding the game so fast, and the coach is trusting him. He gets in there right away after like the second, third series. He's in there blocking. He's in there catching the ball whenever they need to catch it and moving forward, man. So American Heritage loves it with, Malachi Mark as a public school, getting a public school kid to the University of Miami is not like just fills your heart.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's a special player, right? And you're starting to see it, and they're starting to trust him more that they're playing him. And I think that's part of the evolution. They're playing their guys now, and they got a rotation.
Andy, it's
going
been
now.
such a listen. It's been it's been a complete 360, man. From what we were looking like, and Mike and I, we got our little thing. We do our show and this and that, and I was like, man, are we gonna just be on a bash Mario campaign like for life? And like, what players are we bringing in? And then we just turned it around, man, in that Pittsburgh game, and we've gone on this run, and it's been amazing, man.
Yeah.
It's been amazing. And you've been with me for all these games, so you see how I get.
Absolutely.
But get away from me.
You're
Like,
not.
I can't, you know what I mean? Like, you know what it is. And, you can't change that, man. You know what it is.
I don't know who's crazier, this guy or you. I think it may be this guy.
He hasn't said a word.
Mr. 7 and 5, Mike.
Yeah, what happened to
Mr.
your
7 and 5, Mike.
Yeah.
What's going on? You're 7 and 5, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, who on this table said Miami was going to be in the national championship?
You did.
I did.
You did.
Who
You
said
did.
who said the DC was pretty good?
You did.
You loved him.
I did. I just met him, and you just feel the intensity, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mario already
Yep.
had the intensity, and this guy's just different.
Yeah, man.
absolutely.
Compared to last
Yeah.
year's guy.
Corey Heatherman. Listen, man. Corey Heatherman's the MVP.
Oh, 100%.
Man, is that guy ball? He is built. Man,
So,
we're here because of them.
Andy, I want to say something real quick. So
Mhm.
the reason why I'm so nervous is because how big of a fan I am of Kirk Signetti.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on him forever. I've been yelling his name. People laughed at me when they were going to Oregon the first time. No way they could beat Oregon. They dogged them. And now they go into this playoffs and they have routed and boat raced every team. How do you assess a guy like Kirk Cignetti now? What is your feelings about him now? Because I know that they have recently changed and you've bought in.
Well, I've always thought he's a good coach, right? The job he did last year in Indiana was just incredible. I just didn't think he had the horses, right, to beat an Ohio State, to go in the playoffs and do what he's doing. I'm a believer.
I echo that.
Right.
What you just said.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
Right. I mean, to go on a run, right, in the playoffs, you have to have horses, right? You have to have players. And it's Indiana. At the end of the day, it's the Indiana brand in football. It's not basketball. It's football. So historically, they've been dog shit, right? And to see them here is like, whoa. And you watch them play, they are sound. Do you guys know they only had 15 penalties all year? Do you know that's that?
That's crazy.
All year?
All year, 15 penalties.
I think we had 11 against SMU.
I think we had 11 against Ole Miss.
I think you had 11 or 12 against Ole Miss.
Yeah. So they had 15 penalties versus Miami's 57 penalties. I think that's one of the keys to this game.
Yep.
Is Miami cannot. I know Miami plays with an edge. They play aggressive.
Totally
and when you have a team that plays that way, you're going to get some penalties. But at what point in the game do you get that penalty? Do you get it in the fourth quarter when it's crucial, or do you get it in the first quarter? You know, that's going to matter in this game. They're going to make a couple penalties, but when do they?
Miami can't make
them?
the false start penalties,
Right.
The offside penalties, the holds, the simple penalties.
Yep.
Because against Ole Miss, they literally almost gave the game to Ole Miss with the penalties. Against Ohio State,
that game should have been not close.
Right. Against Ohio State, they had no big penalties.
I want to mention something with regards to the venue. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm speaking. Mike's younger, so he doesn't remember like the real heyday of those Orange Bowl days. If this game were being played, it's not, but if this game were being played in the Orange Bowl, as opposed to being played here at Hard Rock, where it's become a real corporate event, I'm telling you, I don't care what the line is, they get crushed, blow out.
He's right. No,
bad beat down, punishment, and the fans are leaving early for protection purposes.
Yeah, it is
a corporate event has saved this fan base and team.
So our producer Mike Lazo tells me, hey, you know, this very influential got invited by Dell. I'm not going to mention his name because, you know, we're trying to do business with him. But anyways, he gets invited again. What does this guy know about the University of Miami? Where he's a Canadian, for crying out loud, and he gets invited with his crew to this game, right? So it just tells you how corporate it is. Listen, BMG has a box. You know how much they wanted for our box? I called again just for shits and giggles. I wasn't going to buy it. They wanted $300,000 for a 14-person box.
What?
300 grand.
300 grand.
So, you know, Indiana has 800,000 alumni. We know the story, right? Blah, 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 blah. They got a lot of money. And yeah, it's going to be a 70-30 from what I'm hearing. Some of our guests here were over at the tailgate, and they say it's a sea of red. How's that going to affect Miami in this game?
It isn't.
You don't think so?
Nah. Miami's been against the world this whole time. Everybody's betted against them.
And let me just tell you something, Andy, and this is such a proud announcement to make, that if Miami wins today and then we go and get this quarterback from Duke, which we're about to, we are officially back as public enemy number one in the country's eyes.
Yep. I agree.
I just love that. And I think it suits us and this whole fan base just perfect.
You know, I think the national media has been fair with you guys. I think they have spoken I think the national media wants you guys to be back. But I think next year will be a different story. You know how this goes.
Yeah.
Today you're their darling.
Yeah.
And next year
Can we
you're
send
the
them
villain.
back?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
I think there's a difference too when you played the game, you put that helmet and those shoulder pads on, and you've played in your home field. You've touched your home turf mentally, psychologically. You know how it is to play at home, regardless of what's in the stands. You just know mentally as a player when you're on your home turf, you play different because you're playing for your city. You've gone through the motions. Yes, Miami, crazy enough, is in the visitor locker room today. Which is very interesting. You know, that's an interesting point.
That's weird.
It's very weird. The Miami's in the visitor locker room.
That actually happened when they played in the Orange Bowl against Nebraska. I think they were in the visitor side.
Yes.
In 1991.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was there, but I don't remember that.
Yeah, they were visitors.
So I think still when you get on the field, regardless if it is 70-30, those players know psychologically they're home. They're home, and it's just a different psyche when you're playing at home.
And I said this earlier when we did our live. Give me all right. So if let's say it's 70%, 30% Indiana's favor as far as fans, give me a 30% Miami crowd at home. I don't care. I'll take it.
You'll take it.
It's an equalizer, man. It's just
they're
nuts,
Hard Rock,
bro.
They know
that 30% is going to be loud as heck, bro. And then, hey, you don't remember about the 100% that's outside,
and it's
you know
not
what I mean?
even
That's going to be loud. Watching
it's not
the
even the
TVs,
loud,
you know?
man. It's the intimidation factor. We're a little bit, we're a little bit loco as a community,
culture,
man.
So somebody's saying here, Indiana hasn't seen Miami type speed. Do you agree?
Yes, I think they played Ohio State, and Oregon's got speed too. But
that's not how I think
there's
they win.
There's so much. But everyone thinks like, all right, look, I think we all four probably would agree that if it's not the University of Miami playing this game, we're all cheering for Indiana. Right?
Oh my God,
we love
100%.
this story.
I mean,
Absolutely.
I am
Right?
Yeah.
But they are. So here's the reality. This game means as much to the Miami fan base, if not more, for multiple spiritual reasons and otherwise.
Sure.
This is like getting a curse off you.
This is bully ball. That Miami doesn't beat Indiana today with speed. Miami beats them with dominating in the trenches and running Mark Fletcher and Shamar Brown, and you get your 4 to 5 yards. And Miami has been beating teams bully balling them.
I really believe that's a great point, Mike. I think they tap out, man.
Yep.
I think we just bulldog them.
Signetti was getting interviewed during the media day, and they asked him about Miami, the strengths and weaknesses, and you could hear in his voice where he says they're big, they're fast, and they're physical. And you can just hear him like, this may be a problem for us.
Let me ask you something. So the players got to still play.
Right.
It's not about history and like Indiana's been shit forever. And Miami was a dominant program and whatever it is. What do you think it's going to be like for the Indiana players to look across and see the Ray Lewis, Michael Irvins, Devin, our
Reggie Wayne,
usual suspects lining up, no pun intended, down the sidelines, right? And just the greatnon. You're looking at historical greatness.
And then you got Mark Cuban across
he's a basketball guy
who's never thrown a pass.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. But do you understand? Like, and so what do you think? What do you think the momentum is going to be, and the motivation coming from who's speaking to these kids in the locker room?
Right.
I've been in those locker rooms. I know what it is. Yo, it's an electric feeling.
Yep.
You're gonna feel like you're a different fighting weight.
I got a stat for you real quick.
Go for it.
I want you, and you could tune in on this too as a coach. Miami averages 3 inches taller on the line and 60 pounds more on the line right now versus Indiana. How much big of an advantage do you really see that being?
Huge. That I laugh because that's what happened to us when we played West Boca in the finals. They bully balled us.
Right.
They didn't care how many times we stopped Mallory. They just kept feeding him the ball, and he broke. You know what I mean? And our kids, they were younger, and these guys were senior heavy. The time, you know what I mean? They came and they hit us.
And that's why Miami has to keep this game close into the fourth quarter, because then in the fourth quarter is where they're going to be tired. They're going to be tired. They really take over. Mark Fletcher is going to be able to take over the game, and I think that's where the key comes down to this game, is making sure that Miami keeps it close, and then their physical ability is going to take over.
I love Shamar Brown in this game.
I have felt, Mike puts together our edits and the shorts and what we do and this and that, and there's one he put out which was just so fitting. It was over the course of our entire show, but I really think, and I have a lot of respect, I want to always say it, a lot of respect for Fernando Mendoza. Class act.
I want to get into him.
Class act and a great ball player, deserving of his accolades that he's received. But I really, really believe that he's going to be running for his life tonight. And I think that is going to be the determining factor of this game. Not our offense beating them up. That's going to inevitably wear them out. But I think they're going to this kid's going to see something he hasn't seen all year. And I really firmly believe that. And I think that right there is the reason why we're going to win our 6th national championship.
One quick note, supposedly the Dolphins have their own locker room, Miami, and then the visitors. So I don't know if Miami's going to be in the visitors. I think they'll be in their own.
Maybe the Dolphins will their locker room.
Then it's better. But we are the visitors,
Yeah,
which is interesting. We're on the other side of the sideline, which we've never done.
Right. Really quick, guys, if you have any questions, please put it on here. We'll answer them
Yes.
to the best of our ability. Somebody.
Question in the chat.
Yep. I'm gonna go through here the questions and any questions or comments. Oh, yeah, we have it here. Score predictions. We're gonna give the score predictions towards the end of the show, so just stick around. We'll all give our score predictions. Let's talk about Fernando Mendoza, Cuban heritage, South Florida product. He was a 3-star, in some publications 2-star. To see him in this stage at home against the school he wanted to go to, how incredible of a story is that? And let's say hypothetically he pulls this off. Nevin, you know high school sports better than anybody I know other than Larry Bluestein, right? I think you go toe-to-toe with Larry. What would this rank Fernando Mendoza as a South Florida player to get the Heisman and win a national championship against his hometown team?
Mount Everest, South Florida, royalty, honestly. I don't know. Can you do more? Heisman Trophy, national champion, and you
State
do it in your
champion.
backyard against the team that you grew up dreaming to play for. I mean, it's a it's a movie, right? It's a tailor-made movie script. He's up there.
Yeah.
I would say the only maybe, and I'm just doing this on the fly. I didn't know you were going to ask this, but maybe a Teddy Bridgewater type story, except he didn't play at the U,
Right.
and he didn't win a national title
Or
He won-
Heisman.
right? So, but certainly highly decorated
Be the
down
best
here.
quarterback out of South Florida, right?
I mean,
Lamar
he's-
Jackson would probably be the only other one that I would, because he won a Heisman.
I think the thing with Mendoza, which like separates him from anybody, is Columbus, how close to the U, the Cuban heritage
And
with
Columbus
regards,
has 8 players in this game today, by the way.
and the the surrounding story with regards to Mario and his dad playing on the same team for
Mhm.
Columbus. So I mean, it's an incredible like story,
Right.
And if he closes it,
Well,
Movie.
like you said, if they're playing anybody else other than the University of Miami, all 4 of us would be rooting for them.
Absolutely.
Like you would be proud for that kid is representing
Oh, yeah.
the city of Miami and
Yeah.
high school, the high school of Columbus, and then going and coming down and playing. You'd be rooting for him other than playing
Mhm.
the University of Miami.
Coach, you saw him play in high school. What were your thoughts on him coming out of high school?
He was good, man. He was a very good, controlled the game. He played with Harry Parrish. I was at another high school, Western. We played him in the playoffs. They knocked us off. He really controlled the game. He led his team. He was always a leader. Ever since the high school years, he was a leader from the front. And he was always talking. He was take control of the offense. I know he called audibles on the offense. Like there was numerous times we had certain blitzes lined up against him. He calls an audible to Harry Parrish, and they run a counter and run it right down our throat. And Harry breaks it for 40 or whatever, And you saw him at the University of Cal. Went to Cal, which is one of the hardest. He's trained. Goes to Cal, lights it up over there against Miami.
gave him the business last year.
Yep.
But people don't realize who he trains with. He trains with David Lee,
Mhm.
is an old Dolphin coach.
Mhm.
And I know David very well, and he's one of the best in the business down here in South Florida. And what David says about both Mendoza brothers is the work ethic they have and the intelligence they have of football knowledge. Like they're able to pick things up like this,
Yep.
reading coverages, understanding whenever it's match, whenever what cover 4 match, cover 3 match, whatever they're trying to do. Mendoza's already picked it apart because he watches so much film.
That's film work.
Yeah, and Kurt says that. Kurt says how much he dives into it.
You can tell. You can tell he's very prepared. Nevin, what jumps out to you from watching Fernando on TV?
Honestly, he's when I watched him last year against when he we had no defense last year, but he lit us up. Like they were blowing us out. When I really caught took serious notice is when he came back against Penn State. Right? They were dead. Like they were dead, Indiana, and he willed them back, man, to win late. And he stood in there, man. That's when I really took notice of him. I was like, man, this kid can make some throws that he's maybe a little bit special, more so than what I had
Anticipated.
thought, or given him credit for. And listen, man, he's going to probably be the first pick in the NFL draft, and I don't think anyone could He could close a great storybook if they were to win.
If I'm
tonight.
an NFL GM, I'm picking him easy.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to worry about any off-field excursions.
No.
You know you're getting your work. You know you're getting your money's worth of a guy who's going to be there, and he's a leader. You could just tell he's a leader.
Right.
Some guys don't have to lead with their mouth; they can lead by example. You know, he's that's what I see.
One of the things that jumps out at me, there's a couple things that jumps out at me. He's crazy accurate with the ball.
Yep.
His ball placement and down the field. I'm not
Beautiful.
It's not a 15, 20-yard pass. He can 50 yards down the field, and he's hitting you on the chest, right, or in stride. That's one of the things that jumps out to me that I didn't really understand his arm strength, and he's got an above-average arm. The other thing that really jumps out at me is his sneaky athleticism, where he can pull the ball and get you 7-10 yards.
Yeah.
Right, and that's a problem because you have to respect it. He's not
a sitting duck. He moves. Yeah, he moves. I mean, listen, he's got a lot going on for him in a good way.
So the question I have is, how many times does Miami get to them tonight?
I say 5 sacks. I really believe that.
I say 4.
5.
Yep.
You think 4 or 5?
I think 8 pressures, 4 sacks.
It's a must, Andy.
Yeah.
If Miami wants
it's
a
a
shot.
must. Yeah, it's a
Miami
must.
loses if they don't, honestly.
Right.
If they let him sit back there, he's so accurate. He really is.
I think it's
so
a key.
good.
One of the keys to the game is that they got to get to him. They got to put pressure and they got to make him feel uncomfortable. If they let him sit back there and just let them pick apart, and I know that in the secondary,
It's a little thin.
It's a little thin with Federic. Only got 7 last game. I forgot the other kid.
He's a full goal.
Yeah.
Xavier Lucas is out for the first half.
I know that Miami was trying to appeal that. And I don't think they were successful.
That was a horrible
Damari
call.
Brown's at game time. We'll still see. Jacoby's good to go. You know, Mesidor's good to go. So we're getting healthy at the right time, but he's very accurate. We cannot let him sit back there. That's for certain.
Defensive line can mask defensive secondary deficiencies.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're going to get that. Pressure is crucial, man. That pressure is crucial.
So how do you think it kind of counters Ruben Bain?
I'll give you. Go ahead.
No.
I kind of have an idea because I kind of see.
Is there an answer for Ruben Bain?
I think
getting tired, like what Louisville did.
Right.
They ran outside zone towards him over and over and over and over and over. Now Ruben has to stretch.
I think you throw screens to those 2 running backs, Hemby and Black, and I think that offsets the pressure coming fast downhill, and that's how you slow it down, where you have to make them think.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion. That doesn't mean that's going to be the game plan, but that's just one way. You let them wear themselves out, right underneath, and you cut it short.
So I have a question. Miami pulls this off tonight. Where do you rank this defense all time for the University of Miami? Where do you rank Ruben Bain and Mesidor? Because those are the top 2 defensive linemen in the history of the school.
Yeah. So I'll give you my answers. I think I would never compare this defense to any defense from the days of the old days, ever. I don't think it's a fair comparison. Those teams are out of this world, man. Those are different level dudes. Like, I look at like Hall of Fame heroes to me. That's my opinion. I don't put any of those guys in that type of category. No disrespect to this team. It's just not them.
B-Mac?
Football was different back then.
True.
You know what I mean? Football was just like, those guys were killers. Like, you didn't want to run into to worry about roughing the passer because he touches the. He can't literally show how violent he is. So, like Nevin said, it's a hard comparison because athletic-wise,
no question.
Easy. Mm-hmm. Him and Mesidor are probably, hate to say it, more athletic than those boys from back then because it's just different day. Mm-hmm. And but they have to think about so much more because offenses are so much farther ahead.
Yep.
And there's not enough violence on defense. Like, Lucas got in trouble for a little hit that he did, where Sean Taylor kills people and was celebrated. Back in the day, right? And it's like when you had Warren Sapp coming through, it's like he didn't have to worry about touching the quarterback. Like, oh, touch your head, 15 yards penalty.
If Benny Blades was playing in today's day and age, he'd have 10 felonies.
Imagine if Ray
like I
Lewis
was a
played it.
sniper, man. Like, do you know what we used to have, man? We had killers. Killers.
People didn't want to catch the ball in the middle, you know.
But he still looks like he could hit somebody. Let me tell you. Every time I look at his
and I mean
forearm,
that,
like,
and I mean that
one of those.
with adoration.
Yeah.
Like, you can't compare these guys to that time. It's just not. Michael Barrow just knocking somebody's fucking head off their shoulders and saluting the head as it's rolling. Like, that was the best ever.
I was hoping Cristobal would brought back the fatigues at least one time, bro. Coming off the plane with the fatigues.
We lost that game. I don't know.
Oh,
if it would
did
be
you?
good
Maybe that's why he
juju.
didn't do it. Maybe
Yeah, we
why
lost
he
to
didn't
Penn State that
do it.
year.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's
Yeah.
why.
Well, did you really lose it? No,
Well,
we're not going to get into that.
But the second part of your question, Mesidor and Ruben Bain have a place in all-time rankings playing their positions at the U.
So I have a question for you. Obviously, Bain's a shoe-in for the Ring of Honor. Is Mesidor in the Ring of Honor?
No.
I don't
No.
think so.
He's not
No.
done
Had a
enough.
Even
really-
if they win the national championship and he has a huge
Had a
game?
great year, but not the total package. Baines had 2 really great years.
Yeah,
He was average last year.
Mhm.
he was hurt.
Injury.
But I think the criteria is going to change for the Ring of Honor because now you got rentals, right?
Also true.
Right? Like you don't have the guy that's going to be there for 3 or 4 years. Ruben Bain's that guy, right? He's been there since.
If Shador was here, he'd have had a statue.
I still can't get over it. 13-12 to get to retired jersey, but yeah, it's incredible. Yes.
Wait, does it change because Beck goes in and wins the national title? Does he get Ring of Honor? No,
man.
Tough
no.
to say, but
Mark Fletcher does if he goes in and has a
How
great
about
game.
Cam Ward? He had the best.
Ooh, that's a rental that you could talk
right,
about.
right. Historically, he's been the best quarterback at the University of Miami.
And
Ooh,
it's just
that's a good
so
argument.
hard,
gotta get in.
and that's why it's so hard for me to compare.
That's true.
Like
right?
we're in new eras, man. It's a pay. Well, I shouldn't say pay for play. You know what I mean?
Serious question here. We got another question. How many championships has Indiana won or played? No, Indiana's never won a
Ever.
championship.
No,
Ever.
nothing.
I don't think they've ever made it.
They've never
made
done
it.
anything in the existence of the program.
Here's another question. How many championships has Miami played for, including losses? Nevin.
8.
I can go deeper than that.
Damn.
I can go deeper than that because we lost to Tennessee in the Sugar Bowl in '85. That would have been a national championship.
Well, I'm saying
Lost to Penn State. That would have been a national championship. So that would have been 7. We lost to Ohio State. We got jacked out of. That was 8. There's 8 right there.
Well, I'll give you the 3 losses, Andy. Alabama 92,
That's another one.
I remember that.
86 Penn State, and 02 Ohio State.
Yeah.
Miami has played in 8 national titles and won 5. So that's like we should have been there in 2000.
This is going to be the 9th one.
It is the
This is the 9th
Yeah.
appearance, but we should have won in 2000. We should have been there over, you have those arguments, but really it's 8. That's the number.
Understood. All right, I want to switch gears now. I want to talk about the offense. I want to talk about Malachi Tony. And to me, this is the biggest reason. Obviously, other than the defense and what Heatherman's done and Bain play lights out, but Malachi Tony's carried this team on his back. And the reason they're here today is because of Malachi Tony, in my opinion. Where does he rank? Is he a Miami great today?
I just asked that to him
You did.
today. I asked
You
that
did.
same exact
Yeah.
question to him. So I'm going to let
Yeah.
him answer.
I say no, only because that's really no. Nevin's question was a little bit different. He asked if he was top 10, and I said no. I can name 10 guys that are definitely above him right now.
Mike's referring to Holy Grail.
Hold on, time out.
Yes.
Are you looking at those 10 of what they produced in the NFL? Or at
No,
Miami?
no.
You got it? It's back up. Okay. Give us a second here.
It's because Mike was coming with that stat and Malachi people got pissed, bro. I don't do that, man.
Give us a second.
I said top 20 Kane of all time.
Can you put a message there in the chat? We're back. We're back and running. Back up. All right, perfect. Sorry about that. All right, so back to being a Miami great. You don't think he is yet?
Is, but it depends on where you place that. Top 20 for me, yes. Top 10, no. But top 20, yes. It's only 1 year in, and he has been.
So I'm going to give you some
insane.
perspective, and I'm not a UM fan. I'm not. I'm a season ticket holder, but I'm not a UM fan. I'm a Florida State fan. And I'm going to give you my perspective on Malachi Tony. You want to say anything else on Malachi?
No, I want to see what you say.
if Miami pulls this off, Malachi's an all-time great.
100%.
Think about 24 years of you guys being irrelevant and dog shit. And this kid put this team on his back.
17-year-old.
A 17-year-old put this team on his back. He's a fucking great. I'm sorry to tell you, he's a fucking great.
It's not even a question.
Like I said, I
don't care because he's been there 1 year and the other guys, but he's done more in that 1 year than any other guy, right? I mean, there's multiple guys, but he's one of those guys.
Yeah.
And he's going to have 2 more years like this.
Right.
But is he top 10?
Yes. Absolutely. If he wins tonight, 100%.
100%.
Wow. Okay.
And I'll put him over Santana Moss.
Wow. Wow.
100%.
I don't know if that's not going to sit well with that's his
I know
boy.
that's your favorite guy.
That's your boy, Nev. I don't know about that.
You got to look at it. You got to look at it holistically, or you got to look at it overall. Where Miami's been and what this kid's been able to do. Miami had no offense.
Let me ask you this:
for a certain part of the season, and this kid carried them.
No Malachi is Miami here.
No, absolutely not.
No.
So how is he not one of the greats?
Yeah,
he put the team as a 17-year-old kid. They find a way to give him the ball. You see him hit that screen against Ole Miss. He found that tunnel 100%. That only he could see.
Kid reminds me of Peter Work. That's what he reminds me of.
I need Nevin to answer the Santana Moss analogy. I need it.
You know I'm with an instigator, right?
Yeah. I know you are.
I think Malachi is I think he's trending to be a top 10 of all time. I can't put him there right now. I would put him in the top 15 per spot. If they win today, I'd say he's certainly knocking on the door of that conversation.
If he has a huge game tonight,
there's so many. You got to understand. You're talking about 40 years of some serious like greats.
Dudes, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Again,
I got it, and I don't even think you're wrong for having that opinion. You very easily could make an argument. He's been the most he's the alpha and the omega of this squad, man.
Let me ask you.
You guys forget really quick. I just want to make this point. You forgot how thirsty you guys are for this moment.
Yeah.
And this kid put that team on his back.
There's no question.
Nevin, first championship Miami. Name 2 receivers.
First
team that Miami won the national title.
The first team, Eddie Brown.
Okay.
83 Miami team. Their receivers: Eddie Brown, Stanley Shakespeare.
Studs, right?
Yeah, Eddie Brown, incredible. Stanley Shakespeare, good, not Malachi's level.
Okay, second championship. Name 2 receivers.
87.
80. Well,
87.
Yeah, 87. So Michael Irvin and Brian Blades. I think Brian Blades was still there in 87. He may have been done after 86 in that Penn State game, but that was our, and Brett Perriman.
Third one.
89.
Wesley Carroll.
Was Randall Hill on that team?
No. Randall Hill was on that 91
team.
Yeah, that 91 team. I think he was young, just coming out. That 91 was his Cotton Bowl. Wesley Carroll and I can't.
What I'm trying to say is Malachi has had help from multiple other receivers, but he's been the guy. Where all these other teams that have won national titles have 2 receivers and stud running backs with him. Malachi's put this on his back. When Mark Fletcher has picked it up lately in the playoffs, the running game has really
playoff
picked up.
MVP.
Yeah, right, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, Malachi carried this University of Miami team and their defense.
He was the entire
team. They had to get him the ball 20. That's what I'm saying is how you compare him. If Malachi is not there, Miami's not even in the conversation.
If you're just saying receiver and you're not putting in any other, tight ends, quarterbacks, anything in that conversation of top 10, top 20, then I put Malachi Tony in the top 10 receivers.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes, that'll say that. But the question was too broad. There's too many greats here at UM. And receiver, top 10, definitely.
I think listen, you guys, and it's thirsty, hungry, whatever it is, you guys have been fiending for this.
Yeah,
okay?
Top 10 for sure.
Yeah,
Receiver-wise, yes.
I say great of all time. Dude, 24 years. You haven't even won an ACC championship, and you're knocking on the door of a national championship.
But you're gonna put you put him over Andre Johnson? Andre's
tough. A better pro, but
I know, no, not even pro. Look what he did in college,
dude.
It was insane.
I think you have to look at it at the magnitude of what this is, right? And he put him on his back. Miami was dead offensively.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid, they started putting the ball in his hand, throwing touchdowns. Punt returning, everything you can imagine.
His value is.
You wouldn't be here today without
his value. Listen, his value is unmatched, man. His value is unmatched.
It really is.
And this, for this team. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And he's a 3-star. I mean, that's where you know the stars are just bullshit. That
No,
they put out.
senior year was 4-star.
Did he move up to
Yeah,
4? He had started as a 3.
Yeah.
That's what I was like. There's no that.
When
He should have
when
been
you
the
saw him in
only
high school go to quarterback and lead his team to a state title, you know the kid was different.
So you know, so they interviewed a bunch of guys that have played with him or against him, and man, everybody said the same thing. They're like, "Dude, baby Jesus,
Yeah.
baby Jesus," like that. Oh, that's baby Jesus. Like
Since he was 7 years old,
Yeah,
man. You
yeah.
know,
And all the young kids are like rallying behind him.
Mhm.
They look up to him now. All
Mhm.
these young kids are like, man, I want to be like Mally.
as a high school coach, you know the Malachi effect that happened in high school football. Receivers wanted to block.
Right.
That there was a video from my buddies Mike and those guys from 305. They did a video of Malachi blocking and putting someone in the dirt. And all of a sudden, like all of our receivers this whole year, that they want to put people in the dirt. You know, all of our receivers, all that, and we called it like the Malachi effect because you know.
And Nevin, how fast, to tell our viewers, how fast was Malachi's dad?
Come on, man.
Man, that dude was
Come on, man.
electric,
Come on,
man. Just watch his highlights, man.
I
Brown.
watched it too. That guy
Yeah.
was a
Antonio
lightning
Brown, West
speed,
Virginia, man.
Now-
Another freak.
Nevin, let me ask you: do you think that's Dawson teaching these receivers, or KB teaching these receivers the kid? Because when I see Josh or CJ Daniels in there, they're trying to kill these DBs. Like when Josh goes in there against Ohio State, he started a little fight with number 3 and started getting in his face, a little pushing and shoving, and it's that physicality. That,
I think that comes from Mario.
I
To
think
be
so,
honest,
too.
I just think
too.
Mario. I think Mario is a bully,
I love it.
and he instructs his coaching staff to make them bullies.
And one of the viewers here, as a freshman, he broke the reception record and has over 1,000 yards. He's absolutely right. Like that's never been done before.
Insane. 96. Yeah, of course.
Never been done before.
Listen, there's who's questioning how great this kid is. We're talking about over the course of a 40-year incredible lineup of.
I'm with Andy, man.
It's really
Top 10.
It's tough. It's tough.
And I'm the one who asked that
And
question.
here's another
of
comment
him
from
today.
Here's another by Alex. None of these other receivers they named had put their team on their back like he has, and none of those other receivers can throw the ball like he can. He's a dual threat.
Listen,
he can do everything.
Great point by that. Listen, great point, man. He's been the guy. I mean, he's had such, those other receivers I mentioned, albeit amazing. We never made one guy the focus ever in that for our program throughout those years. Our offense didn't run that way. It was going to get spread out always. That's why you never saw those. It took us a long time before we had a 1,000-yard runner. Think about that. How great of running backs we had. So it's just a different time. No knock on Malachi.
Right.
Malachi's incredible, man. We love him.
So what are you putting him, top 5?
If he wins tonight,
Yeah.
definitely top 10. Yeah, I may.
No, I put him top 10 too. Receiver only. Receiver.
No, I think all-time great.
All-time 10. Wow. All right.
Yeah, he pulls this off. Of course.
Wow.
Again, understand context. 24 years you haven't been here.
Yeah.
Okay, and if he put, think about. I mean, there's going to be a statue of this kid eventually at the University of Miami.
I know where they can start engraving one for cheap.
I just think, just think about all the pain that you guys have gone through in those 24 years.
Yeah.
All the optimism because you guys were back every year. Every year I had to hear how you guys were back, and this kid did it.
Now with Mike,
You're here
7-5 this year. Mike was 7-5 this year.
Yeah, 7-5 this year.
7-5.
And then he changed it to 8-4.
I'm glad that I'm
9-3.
wrong. I'm glad that I'm wrong.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think, man, it's just that he's special, man. And I think he'll be an all-time great if they get this done tonight. If they don't win tonight, that conversation is moot, I think. But if they win tonight, that kid's going to go down in Miami history as one of the best players to ever play at Miami.
If they don't win tonight, are they favorites for next year?
I would think so. If they get that kid Mensa from Duke, and I want to ask you guys what your opinion is on him. They're throwing the kitchen sink at him, $10 million plus.
It's so stupid.
I have a great answer.
Yeah.
Mario is a big game hunter in this NIL world.
Mm-hmm.
And all I could say is for those who aren't happy about it, he has the same options that you have.
Yeah.
Load up the bag, man.
Yep.
Let's go.
Agreed.
That's it.
Agreed.
Get your weight up, man. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This is an arms race, man.
Yep. No, I definitely think Miami will be there. Listen, they're writing the checks and they're able to replace every
Did
spot.
you see the size of that offensive tackle that they just got from Missouri?
Canton,
The number one kid in the
Jackson
class?
Cantwell.
Yeah, Jackson Cantwell. Yeah.
Massive.
And then they just signed the best offensive tackle from Colorado.
Mhm.
They signed him.
Yep.
Jordan Seaton.
Yep. They got him from Colorado.
I mean, dude, that's it's hard to
Some people are playing checkers, some people are playing chess.
listen, man. I warned the NCAA, man. This is a monopoly, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, Miami wins today. This is the beginning of some shit.
I think
I'm
it's
just
a train.
telling you, man.
So I want to pivot. So we talked to a lot of the former guys, and a lot of the former guys can't get tickets to this game. What are your thoughts on that, Nev?
Gino Torretta, Heisman Trophy winner, not getting a ticket to the game.
Is that just indicative of Miami's not in control of the tickets, or Miami not stepping up and paying for those tickets to get their greats in the game?
I'm going to respectfully defer that question
To the instigator?
I'm the artist who formerly used to write the checks. I'm going to pass it to him.
Well, I think it's pathetic. Personally,
Here we go.
no, I mean, listen, you're talking about Malachi
Nevin,
Tony
you don't
being.
condone or agree with any of the comments made by any of the guests on the show,
no,
or your moderator,
My
right?
name is Donald Trump. I do not approve this
Message.
message. Yes.
Go ahead, Mike. I just want to make that disclaimer before we end up on the Miami Herald and they blame this one on Nevin.
Yeah.
But go
Make
ahead.
it blame it on me
Okay.
because listen, what you're just saying about Malachi Tony, how if they win tonight, he's an all-timer. If you win a Heisman Trophy and you win a national championship for this program, you should have rights to this program, regardless of what's at stake, regardless of where it is, what time. It doesn't matter. They should be escorting you in through that front door.
What about
Because you
Willis
made-
McGahee?
Oh, forget it. Stop it.
Oh.
That's just.
I mean, you like to instigate me.
No, but it's stupid. No, he's an all-timer. He's the greatest running back ever at Miami in a single season. So, Torretta won a Heisman and he won a national championship for Miami. They should be escorting him into the stadium, not just letting him in. He should have security. He should be escorted in. And it is pathetic. And I don't care if it's my own team. It is. It doesn't matter if it's Peter Warwick or Deion Sanders or whoever at another school. Like, those guys are all-timers. They made millions of dollars for that program when at that time the players were not receiving any compensation. So they made that program tens of millions of dollars. It's just disrespectful. Honestly, it's a slap in the face. It's very disrespectful. And he is in the Ring of Honor. And the rule is, if you're in the Ring of Honor at the University of Miami, you are allowed on the sideline. That's the only rule that Miami has. So he should be allowed on the sideline regardless. He's Gino Torretta. What? That's just crazy. They denied Restrepo. Restrepo couldn't get a ticket. He's an All-American last year. Regardless of what you think of him.
Did you put your request for your tickets, or
I did, man. I got denied. You know what I mean?
B-Mac, listen, man.
I tried hard.
I guarantee if you beat West Boca, you would have been in there.
I've been in
I'm
there.
just telling you, man.
I agree. I agree. I was a second. You know, they don't remember second.
B-Mac couldn't get a seat, but he got into the tailgate.
I got into the tailgate.
I think this is what I think. I think sometimes we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but just looking from the outside in and how Miami has operated historically, the administration has never, and I got insight, people have sat on the board, blah, blah, blah. They really have never truly cared about the football program, right? And they don't revere it like other programs do. And I think you get into these type of situations, you have certain billionaires that have come in and program with their resources and all that, and that's great, but when it comes from the administration standpoint, I don't think they're in it like that. Well, now they're in the national championship, they'll support all that, great, awesome, but I don't think they truly care, and they're not going to spend their money where they don't need to spend it, right? I just think
you're not wrong, and I have a whole dissertation on that subject matter. We're not going to do it here and now because it's great vibes, and we're it's about today's
I just
game.
want to touch that point because
But you're not wrong, and there's a lot more that can be said about that topic. And then, as a fan, you just want to see success for your football team.
Absolutely.
Right? And so that's why everyone's locked in on this. But then you got behind the scenes, and the guys that made this program what it is shouldn't be like tossed out like salad.
Right.
So.
But do you think? Let me ask you this: do you think that there's going to be guys on the sideline and in the seats that the University of Miami got tickets?
Yeah, corporate driven.
Well, they made their players pay for the tickets.
Yeah, and there's I know the real story there, man. But I'm not getting into this thing right here now. Like, it's a good vibe party, but
Andy,
there's some bullshit
the
going on.
University of Miami $0 to walk Gino Torretta on the sideline. Doesn't cost them anything.
Right.
There's no money. There's no transaction.
Right.
You just walk them in.
I think the Ring of Honor. I think the Ring of
stupid.
Honor one is just simple.
But it's just stupid. But a Heisman Trophy winner at the even that's
Heisman
just
Trophy
ridiculous.
If you're Miami, you gotta figure that one out.
That's stupidity.
yeah.
Come on.
He's a
That's
Heisman
why
Trophy
we
winner.
shouldn't even be talking about this.
Right.
Yeah,
It's just so
Mike,
stupid.
Mike, you're 100%.
This is
Absolutely.
ridiculous.
All right, so let's. I guess we're gonna close this out, but let's get into the score predictions. What we think the keys are to this game. B-Mac, I'll start with you first. What are your thoughts?
I think it's going to be a tough game. I think the team that has the least amount of is going to be either close game. We're going to win it at the end, lead it, and lead the final drive and win the game at the end. We're going to fight. And then I think in the fourth quarter, it's going to get tiring, man, because when you have a 350-pound guy lean on you over and over and over, it gets tiring. And Mark Fletcher's a big boy, and he's coming downhill, and he's hungry. He's playing for a different thing. People don't understand. Mark is not just playing for the University of Miami. He's playing for his dad that passed away last year.
Absolutely.
So he has a different mindset. And you have Malachi Tony, who has the city on his back.
Mm-hmm.
You have Josh Moore, who has the city on his back. The kids from Miami have been waiting for this since they were little, because all their dads have talked about the University of Miami. Ruben Bain has been waiting for this. Like, that's what people don't understand. Like Nevin and Mike, yes, they're thirsty, but these players have played since they were tiny at Washington Park, at Gwen Cherry, at all these Optimus Parks, Little River. They've been dreaming of getting into this final.
Right. And
I really don't think it slipped through their fingers. Is Indiana a great team? I think so. But I think Miami has something different, and they have the city of Miami behind them. And I've been here for 13 years, and when Miami kids believe they could win, they win.
Right.
I've seen it in my high school. When our kids believe they could win, they're going to win. And when you see these kids like a Malachi and Josh and even Carson, he's from Florida. You know what I mean? And he won a state title, won a national title, where Indiana's going to have big eyes. Like, don't get it wrong. It's going to be loud, and they're going to have big eyes their first time. They have a bunch of old dudes, but these old dudes, none of them really was in the national championship.
Sure.
These guys have been champions.
Right.
You know what I mean? All of them. The Miami kids have always been a champion. Somewhere, somehow, somewhere in Optimus, somewhere in high school, they've been a champion. So they've tasted it. They felt it. And I think it's going to be a 27-24 game. Miami wins, and school's out for 2 weeks in Miami-Dade and Broward County. We have parades. We go down everywhere, bro. This isn't like Florida Panthers. This ain't hockey. This is the University of Miami football, and it's going to be awesome because the Miami buzz.
Sure.
All these high school kids, if you're a 4-star, 5-star, they're not even talking about anybody else no more.
Right.
They're talking about the University of Miami.
Right.
Yeah.
Mike, 7-5 Mike.
7-5 Mike.
I think this game, well, I'm going to say first, Indiana has not faced adversity in these playoffs. Nobody has punched them in the mouth. And I said it when Miami was first initially playing against Notre Dame and Florida State in those beginning, they were kind of like dominating those teams, and Miami didn't get punched in the mouth until they faced Louisville, right? They went down to Louisville, then they went to SMU, they went down again, and that's when I was like, you know what, maybe Miami doesn't have that get back when they get punched, right? They don't stand back up, but they've proved now through Texas A&M, Ohio State, and Ole Miss, especially in Ole Miss, that they could fight adversity and still find ways to win games. And I think that's what creates champions. All defense wins championships. Miami had the #1 offense last year and couldn't even make the playoffs. Miami has a decent offense this year, but an insane defense, and that's why they are where they are. I think Miami comes out, punches Indiana in the mouth, We're going to see what they could do to respond. But I don't see a way that Miami loses, and I have it at 31-17.
Why do you think they score that many points? You know that Indiana only allows 11 points a game.
Yes. I think
That's
that
against the Big Ten.
I think that because of the difference in the line of scrimmage, the weight Miami is gonna just lean on them and lean, and it becomes a problem for them. And I can't see them scoring even in the 20s with if Miami can get pressure. I don't see it because they're very one-dimensional. They don't have like an insane run game.
Right.
They're more of a one-dimensional team. And if Miami can just take Fernando Mendoza out of this game, they have no offense. They can't score. So that's how I see it.
What other tackles have they played against?
They're top three in scoring. You know they're averaging 40 points.
Yeah,
a game.
because Fernando Mendoza has been
and
just
they got
throwing it all over.
incredible receivers, and that kid Becker is
very good.
And,
That
and
guy's
Cooper is
But
the
like
real
Nevin
deal.
used to say about Joe Burrow, he can't throw from his back.
Right.
Same thing. Fernando Mendoza can't throw from his back.
Nevin.
So I'll just reiterate my 3 keys that Mike always asks me on our show. First one, I just think the defensive line pressure from Messidor and Bain is going to dictate this game, and I think it's going to dictate well in our favor. 2, I think we're going to be able to run the ball in this team. I think we are going to wear them out. I think our difference in size does matter. And I just think it matters, man. Right? Like you're talking about a major, and this is what we do anyway. It's not like all of a sudden we're going to start running the ball. This is Mario's boring approach, but this is his approach, and we're going to capitalize it. And the third thing, and this is what I think is going to be crucial. Mario's not going to be coaching scared because he could tell everybody to fuck off, me included. Let me tell you how it is. Me included. He's going to be able, like, listen, I told you I was going to bring this shit back. This is how I wanted to do it. Fucking 24-20. Put that motherfucking you up. One for the thumb. That's where it's at, man. It's always been about this place.
Love it.
Who cares what you got to say? It's always been about this place.
Well, I'm going to state my opinion on this game.
Okay, man.
And I've always been the contrarian. Listen, man, Fernando Mendoza, all the respect in the world. Cuban, Mario's Cuban. So I have a lot of pride going into this game. I'm very prideful of my heritage. Amazing. I've been back and forth. Been thinking 10 days. What do we take? And I'm going to bet this game. 8.5 points is way too much.
Mm-hmm.
We're at 7.5 now on Hard Rock Bet. I'm putting my money on the University of Miami. And the University of Miami is going to win this game 23-20. I've come out and said it. And to show my love to my friends, I got a special surprise for you guys.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
yes.
That's what I'm talking about, man. I love it,
So,
man.
Thanks
for coming around, man.
All my boys are UM fans.
Thanks for coming
all
around,
my childhood
man.
friends are UM
I
fans.
thought he was going to wear a Sebastian outfit. Man.
Hey, man, for all our fans, man, you guys think I couldn't recruit? Look at this shit, man.
Go Kings!
Best to ever do it, man. Come on.
Hey, listen, I think we should come back at halftime and give our insights on the halftime and see what that looks like.
Love it.
All right. So, guys, make sure you tune in at halftime. We're going to jump back in on a live, and we're going to give our thoughts on the first half of the game. So, let's see. We're putting our money on the Canes. Go Canes.
Cocaine.
Okay.
See that one.